Hi there, it's Kevin with GatheringMagic.com here with your wrap-up video for the Playing on a Budget with Angry Phoenix. Loving this deck. Not bad at all. We got to see mostly the same matchups over and over and over, but at least this will solidify in your mind that it is good versus red deck wins variance. Not so great against the first aggressive deck with the Golgari aggressive deck, but very good against those other ones. And who knows? Like I said, I could have just completely, horribly, awfully played that first game, as I think I could have just spent all of the mana, all of the spells to directly hit the Golgari player, and maybe could have killed him before he could have killed me. So anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and unbudget this. Let's go ahead and make this deck a non-budget version of it, and mainly how we're going to do that, and we're going to play a game. I'll hurry and queue up here and we'll play a game as well. So the first thing I would do to break the budget here is I'm going to get rid of these awful Boros Guildgates, and I'm going to put in one more Temple of Silence. In fact, I might put in more Temple of Silences, as I want to see if I can actually get off that Toil and Trouble. So a Temple of Silence is going to come in, and we're going to bring in some more Sacred Foundries as well. Surprisingly enough, I didn't really have mana problems in all of those games. Drew pretty well, so let's bring in... here's a little pet peeve I have about Magic the Gathering. I have four Sacred Foundries. Why try to get one I don't own? Ugh. Anyway, just annoying things like that just drive me insane. So we'll grab these Sacred Foundries I do own. All right, get off that show-all versions. And what I'm going to now go do is get rid of a mountain, and that puts us back up in the land count of where we need to be. And then the Toil of Troubles, I love this card a lot. It's very weak against the matchups that I sided him out a lot. So now that we're not constrained to budget, I am liking these Spark Troopers. I mean, what would I change? I mean, I love all these cards. Guttersnipe would probably go to the sideboard, but I mean, this is just the deck. I mean, besides the lands, I don't even think there's much changes at all I would do here. Toil and Trouble, though, I'm going to bring in 2 in the main board, 2 in the sideboard. I'm thinking that Mr. Young Pyromancer and maybe Guttersnipe, I'm going to bring in another Spark Trooper. Again, I don't see any matchups where Spark Trooper's bad. I'm going to bring in 3 Spark Troopers main board. He's going to be a lot easier to cast with the amount of lands that I have now. The Skullcracks are fine main board. Again, it's the Toil and Trouble that I think is the weakest card in this deck, main boarded. Don't get me wrong, it's an amazing card sideboard. Main board, I'm just not feeling it. And we're gonna save this, so this makes it a non-budget. Is there any other thing? We're gonna put a Chandra in the sideboard. We're breaking the budget now, so I can definitely put Chandra, Pyromancer in the sideboard, as it'll be great. Another finisher. And I kind of want to put in another land in the sideboard. Is Chain of the Rocks really necessary? It's something that in Peak Eruption, I wasn't having any problems with those red decks. And I understand the gist of Peak Eruption being able to destroy like the red. Yeah, I'm going to take out the Peak Eruptions, and I kind of want to take out a 1 of Chain of the Rocks, and we're just going to add, I'm going to add another Temple of Silence to the sideboard that we'll bring in when we bring in these higher converted mana cost stuff. So it'll bring us up to 22 lands, what I think will be a little bit easier to cast those Chandra Pyromasters. And 2 Chain of the Rocks, are they better than Traitorous Instincts, or do we need so many Spark Troopers, or do we need this extra Guttersnipe? Rather than decisions. I'm liking the 4 of Warleader's Helix. That was one of my best cards by far. I mean, Chain of the Rocks are a lot easier to cast now. And maybe I don't need it. I curve out at 4. No, I do need it. I need that extra 22 when we go up to... Gosh, it's even tempting to put 22 in the deck right now. I'm just going to live a little bit risky here. Throw another Chain of the Rocks into the sideboard. Call this good. We're going to save this. This will be our non-budget version, which doesn't add too much money into it. Again, it's the dual lands, and the Chandras, I guess, are a little bit pricey. And I'm thinking we're going to call this good. We could go Mazian Mortars more in the sideboard, but we have so much removal, I don't think that it's necessary. So I'm going to go ahead, save this, and let's go ahead and play one more game. Hopefully get a mono black devotion. See what we have here. Move this off the side. We're going against Tone. He's an MTG judge. Look at that. All right, so yes, we won the die roll. We'd like to play first. Very good hand. We have a first turn Rakdos Cackler. Into. Gosh, I kind of like the Brian Kibler rage that ended up making MTGO shut down the dailies, because, man, you can get into standard two-man queues very quickly now. Anyway, yes, we'd like to unleash this Rakdos Cackler. I have no clue what I'm up against. And Young Pyromancer will be sweet. Green deck. Yay. Ooh, Experiment 1. This is going to be interesting. So do we try to race it? Here, I can go Sacred Foundry, kill. And it's going to be Sacred Foundry, Young Pyromancer, actually. So we're going to attack in here for the dose damage. And play another Sacred Foundry. And then Mr. Young Pyromancer is going to come out. And this gives our Lightning Strikes and Magma Jets the ability to kill the creatures and still get value out of them. Green-white. All right, so he leaves back a blocker. Interesting. And so I'm going to Magma Jet. Yeah, we Magma Jet here. Does he have anything that can flash in? Not sure. Magma Jet gives us a 1-1. Again, another aggressive matchup. Both of these, this one's going to go on the bottom. Shock's fine. I like Shock. He can go on top. And, I mean, we could even have scried that away if we wanted to. He didn't have an answer for that. So this is going to be another aggro deck, but it's going to be different from the red variants. So I hope this gives you a little bit... Okay, that's okay. That's okay. He's going to block the Young Pyromancer. Gets a card out of his hand. It gets him back down to 16. I'm okay with that trade because I got value out of that. The Young Pyromancer. We'll Temple of Silence away. The Shock now? No. We'll keep it on top. It's fine. It still gets rid of a card. Lox and Smiter could be a bit of an issue here, but he doesn't shock himself, so I don't think he has it. Go ahead and tack in here with the Elemental and the Rakdos Cackler. See if he's got another dude, another Celestial Charm, which he does, which we can immediately just shock. And he's going to take 3, go to 13, which allows us again to Temple of Triumph. The land goes to the bottom. Yay, we don't have to draw land. So again, I've got 7 damage in my hand with 3 power on board. So the Cackler has definitely done his duty. That dude is going to get lightning striked. And he's probably wishing he had some Celestial Charms left to pump that guy up. And if he does, then man, oh man, okay, he's got Celestial Charms. That is a lot of them. So I am going to Warleader's Helix it that away. And still get in for 3, but I am out of cards, but he's really out of them too. I mean, he's got 2 cards. I've got 1 card in hand. This does have evasion. Yeah, I still think it'd only be a net damage of 1 difference to just do it to the face. So that is definitely the right play. Holy Celestial Charms. So the Anger of Gods is definitely coming in. And is this just a... Oh, yeah, now I see Voice of Resurgence for sure. That is coming in. All right, drew into a mountain, which I am just going to keep in my hand to make him overthink. And I think it is in my best interest to let my Elemental die for the extra damage, or he has to kill the Cackler. So see if Celestial Charm number 4 comes out. This could be hexproof. This could be like a green-white hexproof deck. All right, so he gets a dude. Unflinching Courage is terrible if he has it. Terrible for me. He just scoops. He's not dead. He's definitely not dead. Do I need to worry about Spark Trooper? I love Young Pyromancer in this matchup because he can't deal with it. He has no way to remove it. Toil and Trouble again is going to come out, so unfortunately I'm not going to see the interactions of Toil and Trouble. Chain to the Rocks is interesting in the fact that it is an answer for Loxodon and Smiter. Traitorous Instinct, believe you or not, I want to bring in. I don't believe I bring quite Chandra in. Skullcrack, I think I keep in. The card that I don't like is Rakdos Cackler. So Anger of the Gods can come in for that. And I really want to make room for the Chandra's Pyromancer because it is the reach that I really want. And maybe a Spark Trooper, or maybe even Boros Charm. Shocks are great, Skullcracks are great, Lightning Strikes are great. And maybe the Young Pyromancers then don't need to come in. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it like that. So a Spark Trooper can come back in. And we're going to go for this more mid-range list here. Submit that away. Young Pyromancers definitely could come in. Maybe it's better than Skullcrack. Keepable hand. Risky hand. I think we have to mold this back. Oh, yuck. Yuck. I'm not going to mulligan in it. I've got an extra scry with the Temple of Triumph. If I draw into land, I'm actually not... Ooh, that guy's rough. Well, we have to Temple of Triumph here. Scry anything away but a land. Scry that away. Looking horrible. I guess I should have mulliganed again. This is my second terrible hand of the evening, which isn't bad considering the fact that out of how many games I've played now, I've only had 2 horrible mulls. So this okay, we'll try this, but I highly doubt we're going to be able to come out of this. And Traitorous Instinct I think is a bad move. I'm thinking big stuff like Polychronus, and that's definitely going to come out for the Young Pyromancers. It does well. See, I'm back in it. He missed his land drop too, so don't just scoop, I guess is the moral of the story here, because now we have another scry land on top. He's missing his colors. He's getting in there for quite a bit with the Soldier Pantheon, which is cool, which is good for him. It's going to be a while before I can still even cast anything. Again, scry anything but a land. Sweet. We can just Boros Charm him at the end of turn. He's going to gain a life off the Soldier Pantheon, which is fine. But 16 to 14. Did he miss it again? Wow. All right. So again, it's one of those games where I'm the lucky person that's getting out of this. Oh, he did get the land there. Okay. Loxodon Smiter. I'm gonna deal with that with the Lightning Warleader's Helix for sure. I think that at this point it is worth making that trade. I mean, you could, in all honesty, you could make the argument that I just Lightning Strike, or actually just Traitorous Instinct him, attack for 6 here. You know what? We might just actually go for it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna where is Helix gonna gain him life if I don't deal with that? Yeah, I didn't account for the Soldier of Pantheon, because that's going to gain him a life. So it only does 3. And if I were to Traitorous Instinct, I'd still have to deal with the... Yeah, because this guy... I kind of just want to Chandra's Phoenix, make him attack into Chandra's... Or Chandra's Pyromancer, make him attack into Chandra's Pyromancer. Or do I Warleader's Helix here, take... Yeah, we're going to take care of his Soldier of the Pantheon, which may seem a little bit weird to you, but he cannot actually kill my Chandra Pyromancer here. And he's got to attack into it. So I'm thinking that's the right play, actually. Because Loxodon Smiter is like a missile for me with Traitorous Instinct, especially if he somehow buffs it up with like a Boon Satyr. And I could always deal with it with a Warleader's Helix. So we'll see. Again, he decides to attack into me, which I'm totally okay with. That Loxodon Smiter, again, I can just grab, but then he'll kill me the next turn. So maybe that's not the right play. I'm going to have to Warleader's Helix one of them off. I'm definitely going to exile the top card of my library. And Anger of the Gods, we don't care about that. We'll just let it go. So if I were to Warleader's Helix him... Yeah, maybe Chandra was better just to use there. Unfortunately, I think I need to Again, though, it's so interesting to go to the face or not. He's missing those land drops. There's his land drop that he's going to hit. See if Mr. Polychronos comes out here. It's going to be a big gift of Orzhova. Dang it, that's going to hurt. But I can always Traitorous Instinct it. Is he going to kill off Chandra here? Okay, he's going to kill off Chandra. But it still gains him that life. And it still keeps up, what, Brave the Elements? So I guess I should have... yeah, why did I do it on my turn? I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know about this game now. Skullcrack's cool. But again, it's not something that's going to... Now, the question is, do I put out a Chandra's Phoenix attack and at least have that, or do I just go for a Traitorous Instinct here, attack him for 7? I don't need a Traitorous Instinct yet. Is this a hexproof deck? This has got to be a hexproof deck. I think I just go for 2 damage here. The life swing with the Gift to Orzhova is going to be weird. Geez, Toil of Trouble would have actually been decent in this matchup with the amount of cards he has in his hand. Wow, that is just too much life swing. Another Chandra's Phoenix? But then the Celestia stuff just... Jeez. Traitorous Instinct. I just don't know if I can do anything here. I guess we just attack it again. With both of them. And hopefully he doesn't have a Celestia Charm up. But there's really not much I can do. I mean, that Gift of Orzhova is just like... very, very problematic. Alright, there we go. So... I guess it wouldn't matter if we would have conceded the first anyway. The worm is actually so Traitorous Instinct definitely is going to stay in if we got worm tokens. Young Pyromancer is going to be too hard for him to deal with. I actually even like Guttersnipe in this matchup. Anger of the Gods, believe it or not, is going to come out. I think it isn't what I want in this matchup. I just want to be doing damage to his face. Now that I'm on the play, the Cackler seems really, really good too. But I might just want a one of Skullcrack. Magma Jet, Skullcrack, even Shocks at this point. Well, he's got Soldier of the Pantheons. And do I care about Rakdos Cacklers because he just gets a big creature out? Yeah, I don't think I do. I think Spark Trooper is the right one to bring in. Chain of the Rocks, you can definitely make the argument for Chain of the Rocks. I'm actually going to bring in the Chain for the Rocks and take out these Shocks. So yes, we'd like to play first. This is a very keepable hand. No, we'd not like to mulligan. I'm going to start off with a Scry. We will keep a land on top. I want this card. So it's going to go on top. It's a card that gives me a lot of range. So if Mr. Pantheon comes out here, I will definitely shock it off. The thing about this deck, too, is I can do some pretty crazy stuff with 6 mana. If I'm able to Traitorous Instinct and Boros Charm off one of his big guys that's enchanted... Oh, wow. So no play on his part, too. I think I am going to try to find lands with Magma Jet. This can go on bottom. This can go on top. Definitely okay with that. We can scry for something else. Again, a land at this point can go on ball. Ooh, wow, that's an awesome card. Put it on top. Again, we have plays to do. If he casts a... Locks and Spider, which he's not able to do with that. So now Boros Charm to the face. He is down to a 14. It is getting quite scary with the amount of lands he has. Definitely which one is the right play here? I think it actually is the Guttersnipe. As it allows me to get a lot more damage in through the lightning strikes and shocks. Whoa, a last breath. Okay, well, I'm glad I used that too. That's fine. He could definitely have another one in his hand. Which Phoenix will come out. See if another last breath number dose exiles it. And it's tempting to shock my own dude if he last breaths it. Alright, sweet. Nothing there. I can shock anything. You can add in the worm here. I'm okay with that unless he has a Gift of Orzhova to put on it. Then I just cry. Voice is definitely not an issue, but still it's Gift of Orzhova mana that's up. Don't you do it, don't you? Oh, look at that. I can't even react to it. I can't even do 6 damage to it. I have to draw into a card to actually do 6 damage to it. Ugh. I can keep my Phoenix back. He has ways to give his stuff. Ah, that life swing is going to be terrible. So best thing I can do is draw into a land. Spark Trooper. So what I'm going to have to do is have to keep my Phoenix back. So he can actually Warleader's Helix and kill off the worm. And if he has like another Gift of Orzhova, then that's just game. Chain of the Rocks will be decent, but this amount of life swing is really going to be the difference. Banisher Priest, huh? Now does it... Well, he gets to exile it, which is very annoying. And instead of shocking this, you guys might wonder what I'm doing here. Oh, I'm taking damage. That's what I'm doing. I'm actually going to lightning strike it off. Oh, geez, that gives him a token? Oh, terrible, terrible player. And again, Temple of Triumph. No, those tokens are going to be too much. Those tokens are going to get him. Are going to... Oh, wow, that's fun. Will it do anything is the thing. We're going to put it on top, and maybe it's not the right play. I'm just going to chump block the Chandra's Phoenix into the worm, and we'll be able to Warleader's Helix shock off the worm, and maybe somehow, by some miracle, we can find some answers for the elemental token. So the Chain of the Rocks are definitely amazing in this deck. Definitely, definitely, definitely amazing. As it allows... Now, do we just jump off the Voice of Resurgence and take 9 here, though, is the thing, and then just go for the... Because we'll get back some life. He'll get back a dude, though. I think I am going to do that. I need to get rid of the Voice of Resurgence. I just died any sort of pump spell here. And I'm still in trouble. Yeah, I'll beat to a 1, though, so I'm definitely okay with that. I mean, I could always Traitorous Instinct and hit him over the face with it as well. But I think I'm going to do it right now. Any sort of God's willing. And I go to 5. Yeah, these elementals, all he has to do actually is cast a creature. Yep, so that's 6 damage. Alright, so, again, that's Gift of Orzhova. You dirty, dirty Gift of Orzhova. We lose this matchup, that's fine. Don't know if I misplayed it all there. If I really... I couldn't anticipate needing to leave everything open for a... And I wouldn't have had the mana anyway to be able to double kill it. Yes, I would have. I could have shocked and lightning... shocked and lightning striked off that Advent of the Worm, and maybe that would have changed the outcome of things. But, I mean... Eventually, it would have been hard for me to catch back up. So, this matchup is pretty good. I guess the Skullcracks would have to... I'd have to like draw like consecutive Skullcracks so he didn't gain the life back and whatnot. I don't know. It's just a terrible matchup for us probably. But I hope that's enough decks for you to get a kind of a run by of what deck this is good against, what deck it's not so good against. It looks like the mid-range decks... The aggressive mid-range decks like this and the Golgari one are the tough matchups. I'd love to see this against Control. Maybe I'll play some more matchups. Who knows? Anyway, thanks a lot for watching the video. This is Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Just a little plug. Come check out my channel at RogueDeckBuilder.com and definitely enter into the Rogue Deck of the Month competition. You can actually check out Gathering Magic's site. We have a video up explaining Rogue Deck of the Month and whatnot. As always, this has been fun. Thanks for watching. For more Magic the Gathering videos, come check out my channel at YouTube/RogueDeckBuilder. Thanks for watching.